What's going on, guys? Justin here, aka No Good Comics, and today we're showing off some original artwork, so stick around. Okay, so if you follow me on my Instagram account, then you probably already seen this video before because this is something that I've shared, and I was trying to get IGTV going for a little while, but it turns out I really wanted to focus on YouTube, and so this being my newer platform, trying to get more content on this channel, I wanted to re-show some of this stuff. So for anyone who's followed me on Instagram and has kind of seen this already, I appreciate you sticking around. If you haven't seen this before, definitely check this out. I've been wanting to show this artwork off for a long time, and certainly on any platform that I get an opportunity to, I'd like to. So I want to talk about Alex Gallimore. He's an artist that I met over in, actually it was during ZapCon, which is a local Comic-Con every year for my local comic shop. They hold every March. And so this was from last year, March 2019. Unfortunately, this year, 2020, it was canceled with everything going on. But so I met Alex at that con, and at that moment, he was a student still, finishing up at the Kubert Art Center, art school. So I asked him, I ran into him. I didn't know him before. And in fact, other than things that I've gotten from my dad, because my dad used to draw comics and still does draw comics, this guy Alex was the first person I ever paid to get like a paid commission piece of art at a Comic-Con before. So it was a really cool experience, and certainly one that I wasn't ever going to forget. And I told Alex that when I first came across his work, I was walking by his table and just started looking through some of his pages, flipping through. And I really liked the stuff that he was putting out, so I asked if he could put together a Daredevil piece for me. So that's the first piece I actually want to show you guys. And again, this is from 2019, this first piece. But then recently what came in the mail was another piece that I requested, and this was about a month and a half ago, after ZapCon canceled for 2020. And I just thought that, I wanted to still support artists with the way, however I can. Since I wasn't going to be meeting any of the new artists at ZapCon for this year, I figured I'd reach out to Alex again because we've stayed in touch and he's a great guy. And I figured I'd see if he was available to do a commission, which luckily he was. So this first piece I'm going to show you is the Daredevil that I got from 2019. And this was, I asked if he could do the yellow suit and just black and white. And this is what it looks like. And I absolutely love this thing. I framed it just a couple days after I got it, and immediately put it up on my wall, and I've had it up ever since. If you guys want to see some close-ups, I do have that on my my Instagram account. But yeah, this took all of about like an hour or so, and one of the coolest things was, and I mean, I was newer to this. I was newer to the idea of like, requesting commission piece from an artist and just giving them an idea and then letting them run with it. I didn't want to tell him too much on how to draw this piece. Just wanted to tell him, I wanted, Daredevil in the yellow suit, that style, and then really just, from there, run with it. So this is what he came up with, and it was a really cool process because I would like kind of walk around and peek over his shoulder during the show, during the Comic-Con, and just to be able to kind of see the developments on how this stuff came out throughout that process was really cool. So if you haven't ever done that before, next time you're at a Comic-Con, once they start getting the world moving again, as it once was, then hopefully you can have that experience of asking the artist to actually draw something up for you and kind of revisiting it from time to time. Also, the idea of just being able to talk to that artist. I hung out for a while and got to know him a little bit before I started walking around again. But then, yeah, when I came back, everything was done, and this was the bad boy that he came up with. So this is the first thing, Alex Gallimore, this was the first thing that he put up for me, or that he made me. So then, like I said, a year later, which is now about a month and a half ago, I reached out to him via Instagram, and I asked him if he could do another piece for me. And Daredevil needed a friend, so I asked him if he could do ELEKTRA for me. And the difference with this one, I told him I wanted to be, kind of similar, similar aspect to the one that you guys just saw for Daredevil, at least in terms of like size or full body. But I wanted it to, I asked him if he could add like a little splash of color, just a little splash of color, of some red somewhere within the image of ELEKTRA and or the background, or however he wanted to do it. And I just said I wanted something, dark and sexy, and that was basically the description that I gave him. So, he sent this to me about a week and a half after I requested it, and I was, again, absolutely blown away by this thing. And I'm going to do a couple, here's some close-up shots. He just did a tremendous job, man. I mean, And here, I mean, oh man, the way that he incorporated the red was just absolutely stunning. And this is, you know, putting this up side by side with Daredevil, it's perfect. I'm gonna have both of them be up on my wall. And you know, I reached out to him again, thanking him so much. You know, and he said, you know, feel free to, you know, let me know when you need some villains. So I probably will end up going back for some villains at some point because, you know, the collection of kind of his style is so cool. The other thing that I wanted to show is not only did he send me this in the package that he sent me, he sent me two other things, which I was just absolutely blown away by. I was not expecting at all. So Alex has been and still is working on a project with a few other creators. The project is called Cat and Mouse, is the name of the issue, or is the name of the comic book, and it's by Silverline Comics. It's an independent comic company called Silverline, and this is what he sent me. This is his variant for issue number 2, Cat and Mouse, Silverline there, and I'll do a little bit of a close-up here as well. But if you notice, so this is a B variant to issue number 2. This is Daytona Beach Comic Convention Special, 30 out of 30. He did sign it, which is cool. And I knew he was working on this project, and I didn't realize it was already out. But then the even more amazing thing that he did for me was not only did he send me this comic book, Cat and Mouse with the variant cover too, he actually surprised me with this bad boy, the original art for that comic book, that variant. Yeah. Look at this thing. I mean, I was not expecting this at all. When the package came in, I was like, damn, like this was a larger size package than I was expecting. And I did not expect this. When I opened this up, it was packaged very well. It's on this nice heavy board, and yeah, I opened this thing up, and I mean, I love original art, and especially original art that's coming from a comic book or that was used either inside a comic book or an actual cover, let alone a variant. Like that was just awesome. So if you guys get a chance, check out Alex Gallimore. Check out his comic book, Cat and Mouse. The writer is Roland Mann, and I know that Alex did a majority of the penciling for this comic book, and I know he also shared that work, or worked alongside another person named Dean Zachary, and there's just some of the names there as well of who worked on this project. So I have not read it yet, but certainly we'll get around to that sooner rather than later. And again, if you guys haven't if you haven't gotten a chance, check out Alex Gallimore. I'm going to put his information in the description below. I'll put his Instagram and so on and so forth. And I know right now, at least from the last time I talked to him, he was doing more commissions. So if you're looking for anything, you know, anything like this at all, I mean, he puts out any type of you know, artwork that you're looking for. This was my, you know, my particulars. I was looking for Daredevil and ELEKTRA. Obviously, if you have some other tastes that you want to, you know, some other options that you want to throw his way, I'm sure he'd be open to giving it a shot. Either way, check him out. Alex, if you're watching this, I know I've thanked you a million times, but I want to thank you again, brother. I love the work that you do. I know you're going to be, I mean, I can't wait to be able to see your name in lights, knowing that you're doing big things, and to be able to show that I have some of the most early work from you is really exciting. So thank you again. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. For the rest of you guys, make sure you like and subscribe my video. I really appreciate that. Hit the little bell so you can keep track of all the new content that I've been putting out on YouTube. And until then, I will talk to you guys later.